Just ask like when you were born.
February 28th, 1942.
All right. And how much did the Vietnam War affect your life and why or how?
Well, it affected my life because my husband was in the Navy and I had 5 children. He went over at least 3 times. He is a Vietnam veteran.
Um, and then it was a question about the drug culture and what it looked like to you.
Well, at the time in 1960, the drugs, they was there, but they was hid from children. No, no child under 15 years old knew what drugs was about. Most of the children had to stay in a child's place when they was growing up.
Yeah.
They also had to do whatever their mother or father told them. And if their mother told them don't go on a certain street, they couldn't go on that street because somebody was going to see them and somebody was going to tell them.
Mm-hmm. So what did the civil rights movement look like to you?
Well, the civil rights looked kind of scary because if some of those people got caught, somebody was going to die. So you was hoping that it didn't come in the area where you live because, like I said, somebody was going to die. And in the South, it was worse than it was in the North.
Right. So who are the people who were most important during the 60s to you? And can you name like 4 people?
President Kennedy, Martin Luther King. Well, I didn't know too much about Malcolm X. I just heard about Malcolm X.
Yeah.
And the ministers in the church.
Yeah.
But that was before.
Mm-hmm. So, and then it was like, where were you like when the first steps on the moon happened? And did it have any impact on your life?
When what happened?
The moon landing.
Oh, I wasn't interested in it, so I didn't really pay it any attention because it was at that time you would always think that it wasn't for blacks.
Mm-hmm.
So you wasn't interested in what was going on.
Yeah.
And
So
go
what were you
ahead.
saying?
Go ahead.
Oh no, I was saying what were you saying?
I forgot.
Okay. So which assassinations stood out the most to you?
President Kennedy,
And
because I thought that we was gonna finally be able to go to decent schools and be able to stand up for our rights because he seemed like a person that cared. And
mm-hmm.
by him seeming like he was a person that cared, I got all upset the day that he got shot. And I watched TV all day to see what was going to happen. Then they come in and say that he was dead. I felt real bad about that. That I
Yeah.
felt that our chance was over.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then for like MLK, What was your reaction to Martin Luther King being shot?
It was basically the same thing because I know that Martin Luther King was fighting for the rights for the black people to have a right to do things that they wanted to do,
Mm-hmm.
and they couldn't do them.
Yeah.
As I remember when Martin Luther King was killed, it was just like a slap in the face, you know.
Yeah. What about for Robert Kennedy when he was shot?
Well, that was the same thing because me myself, I just figured that they come from a good family. And if the president was that good, I figured that his brothers would be that good too.
Yeah.
So he just fell down and left out.
Yeah. Um, so how did that play into people's lives at that time? Like, how were people raised in the church?
Well, if you have children, children had to go to Sunday school.
Mm-hmm.
11 o'clock service, 3 o'clock service, and you better be there. You might go on the corner and get you a nickel with the cookies, but if any of your adult family look for you, you better be in the front of that church or in that church. And the church was packed, no air conditioning, you
Mm-hmm.
just be in there.
Wow.
And I don't remember sweating that much either, like I do now.
Yeah.
You know, you wasn't gonna get any colder or any
Mm-hmm.
cooler. And we
Yeah.
go and we had to be at 13 years old. I had to be in the house when the street lights come on. Some of the houses didn't even have electricity, but we had electricity. But you better be in that house and
Yeah.
be in the bed. You better be in the bed at least 8:30. You didn't have nothing to do but homework.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, who was your favorite celebrity? I know you said Jackie Wilson,
Jackie Wilson,
and
because
you saw him. What were you saying?
we got a chance to go to a Fort White auditorium to see Jackie Wilson. I think it was about $3.
Hmm.
Oh yeah,
That's a good price
oh
compared to
yeah,
now.
it was. That's the only reason we could go.
Yeah. Um. So, who was your favorite sports star, or were you not really interested in it?
Robert, Jackie Robinson.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, such a page. You can look him up. As he
Yeah, I know
played,
who you're talking about.
you heard about such a page. He was
Yes.
before Jackie Robinson, but he never got a chance to play uh, in the National Baseball.
Yeah, Major League.
Yeah, he never got a chance to play in that. But like I
Mm-hmm.
think back Jackie Robinson was the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and
So,
people had their radios when the baseball game come on. They used to listen to the baseball game on the radio.
mm-hmm.
But every house had the radio on the front porch listening to the game.
Yeah.
And Joe Louis. They used to have the radio listen to Joe Louis fighting.
Hmm. So what did you think of JFK as president,
I loved him.
in your opinion?
I loved him.
Yeah.
I really did love that man. Him and his brother.
Yeah. Um, so I already asked the Cuban Missile Crisis question, but we talked about fashion. So like,
Oh
if you could
yeah.
explain that again, like,
Well, when we was very fashionable, we had to wear. You couldn't go to the store in no pajamas. You couldn't go to the store with rollers in your hair, and you couldn't. When you went to the store, you had to dress up.
yeah,
Yeah. And when we in November for Thanksgiving, everybody wanted a new suit, a new hat, new shoes. So you saved up over a year for that to make sure that you have all of this stuff when come time for the football game. The football game would be on Thanksgiving, and it was a regular fashion show. It was a fashion show in
mhm,
1959, 1960, until they stopped playing the football team. It was the best two black schools will play against each other.
yeah.
We didn't care. All we just wanted to be dressed up and be there.
Hmm. Um, and then I asked, what was the most eye-opening moment for you during the civil rights movement?
Doing what?
The civil rights movement. You talked about the girl with the car.
Oh yeah, remember. I am 80 years old, and I still remember we had to pass a white school to go to school, pass a white school to come from school. And I was walking by the school, and the white girl, spit at me. So I just kept walking and got to the corner. I guess it was the child's mama. She acted like she was going to run over me with that car, but was praying and walking. And that was the best thing I could do.
Yeah. And then my last question is going to be, what was your favorite song during the 60s?
Um, hmm,
Or you
uh,
could name multiple.
uh,
I said you could name more than one.
your dad is still in there?
He's in the garage.
Oh, because he knew the name of the song. It's by the Chantels. Maybe. Maybe.
Hmm.
Maybe. Maybe.
Okay, I'll put that in there. Okay, that's
And
all I.
Jackie Wilson was To Be Loved. I think that was the name of it.
Hmm.
Yeah, it was Jackie Wilson, To Be Loved.
Yeah. All right. Is there anything else you want to add?
Oh, I wish these young men would start wearing their pants up on their waists and stop all of this killing.
Yeah.
But to be truly, truly true.